I made $1,000 out of content creation to realize this one thing. I promise that after this video, you will be able to at least make few dollars this next week. The way that I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna tell you the stories, I'm gonna give you the advice, and then I'm gonna tell you the lessons. So it's not only advice, but it's the biggest turning points in my 8 years of content creation. So the first thing that I'm gonna start with is the practice that I put in. So for a lot of years, especially when I first began, I thought that the best thing that I can do is sharpen my skills. So this is tricky because it can be actually beneficial. For me, it was. But I think for a lot of people that want to be better than me, is that you just need to be confident and go all in, and probably can land a few shots. Okay, so I would talk about right now is that the first time that I got $1 out of online, okay? So this is not particularly related to videos, but it's related to pictures. So because of the knowledge that I got from presenting on YouTube, from doing all of the videos and dealing with the people online, I was able to pull up an e-commerce thing, okay? It was a little side hustle that I did. I found new products, I knew how to take the pictures, I knew how to make great titles, and that got me to get a few dollars for me to buy my first bike. That was awesome at the time. But the thing I'm saying here is that sometimes it's not really from content creation, but it's also from the skills that you learn along the way. So this is one layer. And the best thing that you can do is actually build some great foundation. So what do I mean by this? Is literally by building the foundation that in the future will make it hard for you to not make money. Let's explain this. About 3 years ago, I had this great idea of me that I'm gonna build the biggest brand in my country. I was like, this is awesome, I'm gonna build it, I'm gonna make this YouTube channel, do this, and I planned for about 4 months. It was awesome. I started the execution, I collected all of money for about 1 year, okay? So I had about $300, okay? So I spent $300 on the entire execution. For me, it was more of investment. And actually, it was not an entire $300, but it was sort of like that. One of the investments I made, I bought actually this phone that you see me actually holding in my hand. And the other stuff was really just putting in the videos themselves. 1 month later, I pulled up a one brand deal, which is the first return on investment of what I got. So everything was just me pouring money, but not getting anything back. But I understood that I'm playing the long game here. I got my first brand deal. I got paid about $65. It was awesome. You know, I felt great. I was like, you know what? This is an awesome beginning. But I think also like at the time, I should have went for a bigger price and fought for it. But also that was awesome, okay? And for me, I thought, look, it's pretty difficult for me to land a brand deal with having a few thousand followers. I had 2,000 followers on Instagram. I had 50,000 followers on TikTok, but come on, who cares about TikTok, especially right now? But at the time, it was kind of a big deal. Like TikTok was doing something and people were doing, and I was getting some good views. So yeah, the brand trusted me and I actually didn't disappoint. So that was the first time that I got paid on anything really from my content creation. And a few months later, I pulled up a few videos that went viral online, okay, and on YouTube. And for the first time, I got monetized on AdSense. So the trick that I didn't know is that I was making content in Arabic. And here's the trick. I spent months and months creating banger videos for only to me to regret it. Because at the end I found out that, well, I only get paid 1/10 of the price at best, okay? Sometimes it's worse. It's like 5% of the price that other people get paid simply because of the language that I chosen. So if you choose a certain language other than English per se, that language, obviously the people that will watch you are from the country or area that speaks that language, and therefore you will get paid according to the CPM of that area, which is not equal in the entire planet. Okay, so let's say per se in the US it's about $1. Sometimes it's two, according, depending on the video. Let's say $1. All right. When we go to a third world country, it's 1/10 of the price. Okay, so let's say instead of getting 1,000 views and getting $1, you have to get 10,000 views to get that $1. Okay, so it sort of works like that. So, and the difference grows with the views. So instead of when you get 1 million views, you get $1,000. Now you're getting 1 million views and you get paid $100. Just because your audience is from a third world country and not, a leading country like the US or Europe or whatever it is. And that kind of was demoralizing, okay, just to say the least. It was demoralizing because I poured all of my money and I realized that, I can't get my money back to reinvest it. Because the way that I thought about it, I was like, look, I'm going to invest the money, I'm going to get my return on investment and put it back, so we do this cycle, so we grow faster than anyone else. Because I'm fine with not getting revenue or profit for a little bit and just make my brand stand on its feet. But I realized that process will take up to 3 years for me to clear up the losses that I got, which is crazy. Which gets me to the third source of income. And before I do this, listen to this because it might be the most important thing out of all of this. I made an entire business from zero just to lose all of my money, which was 100% of all of my savings. And that got me to be broke for the next 9 months to 2 years after that, because I lost it all. To clarify, I didn't get a haircut for the next 9 months because I was broke. Now you understand how that is a big deal. I'm going to tell you what happened. So basically I was like, you know what? The return on investment from YouTube is pretty slow. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to combine my e-commerce experience with YouTube and kind of do this crazy crisscross and get the money in. To only realize that it will be the worst idea. So I had this money. It was $50. Okay, and I know people will be like, no, look, the value of the money changes according to your geographical area. So what is worth for you $50, let's say you are in the US right now, is not what is worth in a third world country. I just make that clear, okay? So $50 is all what I had, is all the return on investment of all the YouTube videos, and it's all what I have. So I said, you know what, it's a good idea. There's Valentine's Day. I'm used to make this project of mine, little business of mine, every Valentine's Day where I sell bracelets of couples. So you wear it, she wears it, and it's awesome. I was like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do that, but I'm going to do it on scale. So instead of doing it in the city, I said I'm going to do it in the country. And instead of making the price about $5, I made it $20. It's a bad idea, but look, it's not only that is a very bad idea, but is the reason why I lost. But look, there is more important thing to it. So it's not only the price, because you see a lot of books, per se, the 4-Hour Workweek, or even saying the book from Alex Hormozi, right? The $1 million offers or $1 million leads, it all talks about the premium pricing. So the thing with this is also the avatar I was choosing. I had no avatar. I didn't know who I'm gonna sell this item to. I knew it was like some sort of couples, but who is the optimal that will be able to buy those couples for that price? And the biggest mistake that I did that costed me to lose in the entire business was actually choosing where I'm going to advertise. The platform that I chose was TikTok. What I didn't think at that moment is that TikTok is really used by teenagers a lot and kids. So I got a lot of people interested, right? Like in the first day, the first morning, 70 messages on my WhatsApp. I said, this is awesome. This is the next big thing. I'm that guy. But what I didn't realize is that I confirmed a lot of stuff. I put cash up front because I only had 2 weeks gap, okay, until Valentine's Day. And the shipping company that I worked with was also shit. That it took like 10 days to ship. So I have to, go all in, and it's cash on delivery, so it's not getting paid up front. What ended up happening is that even the shipping products got shipped, nobody got them. And also the kids were like, I don't know. So it was like bullshit. And I hated that, and I lost $50, which was at the time all what I had. Actually, I think it was $70, but I kind of like, for somehow, I sold one in my city with that premium price. So that kind of made up because I cut down I sold it with $16 and I cut down the shipping fees, so I did get a good profit margin. So I lowered my losses from $70 to $50, but still I was broke for the next 9 months not getting a haircut. So that's one thing that you have to keep in mind while wanting to get money with content creation, is that it actually sometimes gets a little bit tricky. So you don't want to get into a business without knowing or having an idea about that business. Or, as an example, I had an idea about business, but partner up with someone who knows what he's doing, and he did this part. And what I think is better is do some sort of service-based. So if you have a lot of cash flow and you have some sort of income stream, sure, you can do something like this, learn from it just like I did. But for me, I didn't have that income stream. I did drop out of college that year, okay? So in that period, I was college dropout, which was not good. So it's not making money. And the thing that I dropped out for is also not making money. So it's kind of like a not bad situation. And it sucks. It sucked so much, dude, that now I hate it, that I learned my lessons. Okay. Now I'm going to give you all of the income streams that I found with myself. I tried and I looked at the data. I saw the analysis and made the decisions, of which I will share with you. So about 1 or 2 years ago, I was speaking with my friends, and one of them was a big content creator. He actually moved from a third world country to Europe. Insane. Okay, I was like, okay, that's awesome. So like, how is your income? It's like, how are you doing that, right? Because there was a tricky situation where he did not work, but still he was living, he was surviving. I was like, okay, how are you doing this? And it was like his project that he had with content creation. I was like, okay, this is interesting. That was the first time that I seen someone in real life doing it. And he said, well, I do that, and like I have this link in my bio, and it just generates, income. And I was like, oh, this is actually interesting. And, that was something. But also, like, I met with this guy that I was a photographer of, and he made like 25 grants out of this course. I was like, what? He said, yes, I made 25 grants in the last course. And actually the course, you are right now filming me the ad of a course. I was like, okay, this is interesting. And he's a content creator, like baseline content creator. So I realized that people actually don't depend on AdSense and actually have another stuff that they actually get income from. And it's not just because I lost in my first business, it means that everyone is losing on their business, or I have to lose on my business again. So it was just one time thing. So I realized that, so now it's my thing, it's my problem, it's something that I had other than that. And actually, I didn't realize that fully until I was sitting with my business mentor. So the one thing that my business mentor had told me, and it changed everything, he said, why did you lose the first time? Because I told him, I was like, I did have this thing and I just lost. And he said, why? And I gave him all excuses. He was just listening, he didn't say anything, but I understood. Is that all of them were excuses. It was like my personal life, stuff like that. But in business and something, even my content creator, big friend, he's a content creator, he's very successful. He's living his dream life. He told me, look, we always will have those personal excuses, but it matters what are you going to do, although you have those things. Your personal, your family situation, everyone has them. Tell me what you're going to do despite having all of those. It was a good perspective. And if that wasn't enough, also another content creator and online video editor is my best friend. I was speaking to him on the phone on this call the other day, and we were talking about the same topic. He asked me the same question. He said, why? Why did you lose? What made you lose the first time? And he didn't have an answer. And that got me to pull up a spreadsheet and put in all the data from everything I did from the start to the end. Everything, I'm telling you, how much I spent on every single video, what I bought, what I didn't bought, how much income, where is my income stream coming from, how much AdSense did I get, how much this, how much that. Everything. I'm telling you, if there is a taxi that I took, I put it in there. And I always talk about data as the most important teacher. But when I did that, I just understood it for the first time. It just makes all the sense that all of the big entrepreneurs says that it's not a business if you don't have an accountant. And for me, I actually didn't have an accountant at the time. So I have to be my own accountant, right? So I had to put in all the data for me to understand why that business lost. And if in the future I'm going to do another business, will it lose again? Or at least, how can I prevent the mistakes that I did the first time? And look, if this is all not enough, I'm going to summarize. Look, if you have to do one thing to make the income from content creation, do this. There's 4 income streams from content creation. There is AdSense, there is business ideas, whatever it is. There is brand deals, right? And there's something else that I totally forgot, dude. So there is AdSense, there is brand deals, and there is your business or your service. These are really the main things. So there's only 3, okay? So these 3 things are the only things that will make you money from content creation. The 4th thing is licensing. The reason why I didn't put it is that it's just complicated. And also I didn't do it. So probably should not put it. AdSense is really what you get paid from the ads that get shown in your videos as a content creator. Brand deals is promotions of brands that you get paid to show in your videos or content. Third is a business or service. So you build a business, or you already have a business or a service that you promote through your content creation. These are just it. I've seen countless people doing all of the different stuff. It all comes down to these 3 income streams. So if you want to do one thing to make content creation profitable, do these 3 things. Remember, AdSense, business or service, or brand deals. Look, as I promised, what you've seen here today, you can never unseen it, because it's just so important and so valuable. And the amount of data and analysis and decision making that I had to do throughout the past 8 years for me to understand all of these principles is absurd. But I don't gatekeep. So I gave it literally all to you right now. So you might as well subscribe.